Brought to you by Penguin.
Amazing Tales for Making Men Out of Boys, written and read by Neil Oliver. To Archie and Teddy. Have you suffered, starved and triumphed, grovelled down yet grasped at glory, grown bigger in the bigness of the whole, done things just for the doing, letting babblers tell the story, seeing through the nice veneer the naked soul? Have you seen God in his splendours, heard the text that nature renders? You'll never hear it in the family pew. The simple things, the true things, the silent men who do things. Then listen to the wild, it's calling you. They have cradled you in custom, they have primed you with their preaching. They have soaked you in convention through and through. They have put you in a showcase, you're a credit to their teaching. But can't you hear the wild? It's calling you. Let us probe the silent places, let us seek what luck betide us. Let us journey to a lonely land I know. There's a whisper on the night wind, there's a star agleam to guide us, and the wild is calling, calling. Let us go. From The Call of the Wild by Robert Service. Introduction. There was a time, not so very long ago, when boys were taught to be men. Efforts were made in those just forgotten days to ensure that if you were born male, you learned skills and acquired a clear understanding of what being a man was all about. It was straightforward, unquestioned, and it worked. Men used to live by the skill of their hands. They made new things and fixed old. They maintained their houses, cars, and motorbikes. They knew how to grow food and how to hunt and fish. They dressed like men, talked like men, walked and worked and played like men. Their jobs had names that are becoming as unfamiliar to us as calloused hands and ingrained dirt. They were fitters, turners and carpenters, blacksmiths and wheelwrights, ploughmen and woodsmen, wheel tappers and shunters, masons and glaziers, tailors and cobblers, riveters and welders. They walked the line. Out of the ground beneath their feet they won coal and copper, tin and lead. They built bridges and railways, ships and trains, and when they ran out of room here in Britain, they did it all over again, all over the world. If you learned the lore of manhood and managed to pass your manliness finals, there were all sorts of manly futures to be looked forward to. Steam engine driver, engineer, miner, inventor, a cowboy, riding the range, not ripping off old ladies for shoddy plumbing work and unfinished driveways. Explorer, actually mapping new countries, not just being followed about by TV crews, up mountains and through forests we've all seen before anyway, from our couches. Sheriff, astronaut, with the hope of actually going somewhere, like the moon, or maybe even Mars, and not just endlessly orbiting the Earth in a shuttle, a spaceship that, let's face it, always looked a bit, well, clumpy. All these proper manly jobs and dozens more besides were there for the taking, provided you'd done your manly homework. Part of the education of boys came from reading tales of brave and selfless deeds, or hearing from fathers and uncles and grandfathers about how other men had lived their lives, met their challenges, reached their goals, and faced their deaths. It was simple, honest stuff about standing up straight with your shoulders back and eyes to the front like a soldier. It was about making light of physical hardship and keeping going until the job was done. Being a man was about comradeship and standing by your friends, whatever the circumstances. It meant understanding that sometimes it was more important to die a hero than live a coward's life. It was about always having at least one more pair of clean underpants in your backpack when lesser types were kicking up something fearful. All of this became part not just of being men, but more specifically of being British men. And there was a time when to be a British man was the greatest aspiration of them all. It's rubbish being a British man at the moment, at least as far as the rest of the world is concerned. Obviously, it's still good to live in Britain. We've got a national health service and access to proper dentists. The telly's still satisfactory most of the time, and we make the only decent pop music in the world apart from the US. But we invented the US anyway. That's really us as well. We don't yet live under the tyranny of a despot, and we're still entitled to trial by jury, free speech, weekends off, and several bank holidays every year. But those are just perks about being British.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?